So, a little bit of background information for anybody who has just shown up. We are currently using Roll20, which is the website that's available here. For anybody out there who is curious, we are currently starting with the Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and possibly will be running into the Dungeon of the Mad Mage at some point in the future. For now, however, I welcome you all to Waterdeep, the Crown of the North, where a wondrous tale of adventure is about to unfold. Some of you have been here for as long as you can remember. Others have recently came to the city, looking for adventure or employment, or just to get away. This adventure starts in a tavern known as the Yawning Portal. Some of you frequent here regularly. Occasionally interesting things happen, bar fights, music, the occasional monster crawling out. But in this instance, as you all sit down and settle in to the various tables, some of you sitting with your friends, some just drinking, it's what seems to be a very loud and, shall we say, disturbing event occurs. "You pig! Like killing me mates, does ya?" As you all see a 7-foot-tall half-orc who is now standing and being shouted at by one of the patrons, who then swings. This human, who has now swung at this half-orc, from what you can tell from the crowd that is now gathering around, is covered in covered with eye-shaped tattoos and a shaven head, with 4 other humans standing behind him, ready to jump into the fray. The half-orc then cracks her knuckles, roars, and leaps at the tattooed figure. But before you have a chance to react, the crowd closes in and clustering around. What do you guys do at this point in time? You guys are sitting at various different tables at this point in time.
I'm gonna try and make an insight check or something to that extent. Try and figure out what the half-orc what the grievance of the half-orc might be.
All right. Go ahead and roll an insight check. And in the meantime, what about everybody else?
I'm going to continue drinking because that's none of my business.
Okay. Anybody else? And I'll get to you in a second, Colonel RPG.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eyeing the confrontation warily.
I'm definitely watching.
Okay, so everybody is watching.
There's a lot to take in on the visual.
The only one who's doing anything. So, Colonel RPG, unfortunately, due to the crowd, it's nearly impossible to get a read on anybody. You just see fists flying and people jeering. It's very loud. It's very quick.
Mm-mm.
And
not my monkeys, not my circus. I ain't dealing with
just
that.
as quickly as it started, it seems to slowly die down. As the half-orc, it appears, has knocked out the human, and the other 4 are pretty much ready to poise before what some of you know as the proprietor of the Yawning Portal yells and points towards the door. "Out!" As the 4 that proceed to proceed to run. Can you tell I'm nervous? Proceed to leave with the unconscious form. At this point, you all hear a different noise. One that is unusual and begins to send the crowd into a panic. As out from the hole, or rather the gaping well in the middle of the Yawning Portal's tap room, which is this right here, there are shouts of alarm, and everybody starts fleeing as a monster with warty green skin and a tangled nest of wiry black hair and a long carrot-shaped nose and bloodshot eyes crawls out. As it bares its yellow teeth and howls, you can see that a half-dozen bat-like creatures are attached to its body, with 3 more circling above it like flies. Everyone in the tavern reacts in fear, except for the barkeep, who shouts, "Troll!" At this point, I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh, immediately.
Oh, right, we're going to... Going right to it.
All right.
Okay.
This picture is like the densest location
is.
I've ever seen.
I
In
know
any
it is
D&D.
absolutely crazy.
I love it.
It's like, where's Waldo?
I mean, it is a weird.
I got a little distracted just trying to look for the half orc. Like, is it on here somewhere?
Just real quick.
There's
go ahead
an
and-
adorable like dragon lizard folk table.
I have so many pages to look through here. I gotta find. I can find
So
that
initiative
one
is
right
just
with-
dexterity roll, right?
There is an initiative button. So normally you would be clicking on your tokens. However, I will either have to manually enter in your thing here, or give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Because unfortunately there is no battle map associated with the Yawning portal.
I think I just rolled initiative.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
the
we
button is
have-
right next to your armor class. You need to click on.
Oh,
There it is.
Yeah.
gotcha.
So I
There's so
rolled
much-
really poorly.
It'll take a little while to figure out the sheet.
Yep. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna drag you guys onto here so I can add you guys manually into the.
Oh no,
calendar.
that's not an impressive number at all.
No.
I mean, yeah.
We have such high initiative bonuses. Unfortunately, we didn't roll any numbers.
That is quite a
Buddy.
name, Bonkamok.
Whoa.
I mean, it's not thunder in the morning, but it's up there.
All right.
It's-
For
it's-
Thunder in the morning.
everybody, today tokens are now gone.
Bonkamag
Initiative is going to be a
Zoomog.
pain. Thank you, Roll20, for
Zooming
being a
up.
nuisance.
And we have a lot of races as well in the
Oh,
picture.
nat 20. Jesus.
Who rolled a nat 20?
Yep.
Oh,
Marty did.
nice.
All right.
Nice
So theory.
That's the only one you get this session.
Indeed.
That's how probability works.
You rolled a 6. Where the hell is the troll token that I'm supposed to
While,
be tracking
while, he,
here?
while he's doing that, we could introduce everybody.
I did have a moment that yes, I was going to be doing that, but if you wish to do so whilst I'm doing this, that works too.
So Effie's our DM.
Hi.
Say
Yeah,
hello,
Lewis.
Effie.
And I'm Keith. I'm playing as a cat man who is also a thief sorcerer. It makes perfect sense.
I am Andrew. I am playing as a bard, halfling. My name is Theory Gamwich.
Oh right, the tabaxi's named Thunder in the Morning. That's how their names work.
Yep.
It's real.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
I'm Marty. I'm playing a dragonborn paladin named Tor.
Why
I
are
am
these things not-
Colonel RPG, and I'm playing a dwarf ranger named Peridin.
And I'm Batbeard, and I'm playing a deep gnome rogue,
There
charlatan.
you go.
A deep gnome?
A deep gnome.
And we have a rogue in the party as well.
I thought he was just a goblin.
Okay.
I'm still looking for the half orc. Is he in the picture anywhere?
Probably
I
not.
don't think so. This picture is just supposed to demonstrate how lively Waterdeep is.
It's a lot to process. There's like a tentacle Lovecraft table where a bunch of poor little dwarves seem to have been taken slave and lose their minds, and
3.
then there's the adorable table full of like dragonborn and lizard folk and kobolds all together. One of them's got dreadlocks, like Great Jagras from Monster Hunter.
Oh, of course you did not. For crying out
Some
loud.
giant dude is lowering strange people into the well because for some reason there's a well in the middle of this tavern.
There's a little girl trying to stop her brother from not going, but
What's the problem there, Effie?
Who doesn't want a
I
deathly
am currently
fighter?
just having trouble with rolling for things at the moment.
Ah.
So, first person to act. Marty, you're up. What
All
are you doing?
right. Where is the troll is still climbing out of the pit?
So the troll has, at this point, to be clear, climbed up from the first level, or from the well, rather, and is now standing at its full height of 9 feet tall. There are also several strange bugs stuck to it, although only 3 of them seem to have stuck around.
Okay.
You also have heard the unmistakable sound of someone drawing a greatsword and yelling for you to take care of the smaller creatures as he takes care of the troll.
Okay.
So what do you wish to do?
I will take my use item action to draw my shield and my main action to draw my great axe.
All right.
And I will move between the troll and the proprietor.
Okay, putting yourself in front. Okay, all right. So you have decided to stand in front of the troll. Is that all you? I believe that's all you can do. I think you still have a bonus action, and that's it.
Yeah, and I don't have any. Well, yeah, I don't have anything to do with that bonus action, right?
Okay. So next up, we have the first Sturge. So let's see who this guy goes for. Probably the nearest person, which I would imagine is Marty. So Marty, let me get the Sturge pulled back up. Creatures. There we go. Control. Okay. So this bug-like creature is going to float over to you, and it is going to attempt to attack you. Okay. It is going to attempt to attack you by sticking you with its proboscis. Does an 18 hit your armor class?
My armor class is 18, so that hits.
All right. In that case, you take. Okay, I'm sorry. So this thing sticks to you. It basically latches onto you, and its proboscis or its it basically it's stuck you, and it's sticking to you like a giant mosquito at this point in time. Next up, Paradin, you're up.
So what do I see right now?
Currently, you can see the 9-foot-tall troll.
Mm-hmm. I would have.
You can see the 3 bugs that are still around, one of which is now stuck to the person who's standing around in armor.
What do I see when I look at the person in armor? Do I recognize their face? Like, do I know them?
I don't know. Do you guys recognize each other?
I wouldn't, because I'm not from here. But do I see?
Then no.
Okay.
I believe you also have a different friendly face, so I don't think you recognize the person who is now having the greatsword drawn and is kind of looking baffled at the person standing in front of him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So when the ogre got out of the pit and I saw the bats, or the troll, sorry, and I saw the bugs, I would have been fixated on the bugs because I'm not very fond of them, and okay. I would have followed the action and saw this person in armor getting stuck with this bug. So I am gonna draw my spear.
All right.
And I'm gonna move towards them. And I am gonna try a grapple action on the bug. Try and get a grab on it or something to that extent, either to attack it later or to help whoever it is that's in armor.
So you're just trying to grab this thing, or are you trying to wrench it off, or are you just trying to grapple it?
I'm trying to grapple it, yeah.
Okay, go ahead and let me just double check the grappling rules, because I don't know.
I believe it's athletics. No, it's a strength check, I think.
Yes, I just need to double check something, because this thing is technically grappling another creature. I need to check.
Oh, I forgot about that detail. Oh, in that case, I suppose I could help the person in armor, and then next turn they could ungrapple themselves if they wanted to, but I think grapple is better.
If you grapple the creature and move and force it away from the thing it's grappling, that breaks it. I think that's how it works.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I will in this instance. If you want to try and wrench it off, you can certainly try that, but it will be a strength check.
Okay, I'm gonna roll strength then.
All right.
I don't have advantage. Just rolling.
In this case, that is a strength save.
Oh, sorry.
Check. Yeah, no, it's
the other ones.
If you make that mistake, I've done that a couple of times. In this case, it is going to be a contested strength check, and this thing rolls a natural 20 minus 3. So it is staying in place.
God.
It is not moving. It has
not
gotten a
wanna
very
leave.
good grip on this guy. So that is your action. You still have a
might
bonus
just be your
action,
new face.
and you probably would have taken most of your movement to
It's a
get there. I'd
bug.
say you probably have 5 feet.
I'm gonna stick around.
Okay. Next up, Bonk. What are you doing?
So there are 3 bugs, and one of them is attached.
That's correct.
Okay. I want to take a shot with my short bow at one of the other bugs that's not attached.
Okay. There are still people fleeing. So this thing, I probably will give it partial cover. So it will have a +2 to its AC. So go ahead and roll if you'd like to
Okay.
attack.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, wow!
Natural
Also,
God.
I forgot to get you to turn off roll at advantage. So that's fine, because it's still the first roll.
It's still the first roll. Okay, let's
So that is a natural 20. So go ahead and roll for damage.
What's happening?
And
the
add an
third
extra
nat
dice
20.
on top of that. Also,
wait, how do
you get your sneak attack because
I
there is an
turn?
ally within 5 feet of it.
Okay, cool. But how do I turn off advantage?
Open your character sheet. Click on the cog next to
Cog
spells.
next to spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
and-
We haven't even gone through
Actually,
one
sorry, let me
round
just
yet,
illustrate.
and we
You're attacking
already
the
have
one that's grappling
three
or that's not
20s.
grappling?
Not grappling.
Okay. I'd say with a natural 20, you can still grab the sneak attack. Plus, it's not really paying attention to you.
This is weird. I still have. I still can't figure out the advantage turn off thing.
Here, hold on. So it is always roll advantage to great toggle. There you go.
Oh,
Problem solved.
there you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we roll sneak attack, huh?
So you can roll sneak attack. Every dice that you roll an extra dice on top of it because of the natural 20.
Okay.
So your sneak attack goes from 1d6 to 2d6, and your short bow, I believe, is 1d6. So you'll roll 2d6 instead because you rolled a natural 20. So you'll get 46 for this attack, which is insane at first level.
Okay, so I'm rolling
Fucking
damage.
natural 20. God damn.
Came into the wrong
da.
bar.
Apparently,
Am I doing this
Oh.
right?
Are we just assuming that everyone's downstairs?
No, I'm not doing
so
this.
you'll click. You can click short bow, the text
Uh-huh.
underneath in the chat box to roll the dice.
Oh,
For damage.
Oh,
and then-
right, gotcha.
Okay, there we go. So that is, let's see, 6, 9, 15. All right. So you pull the bow back, and you take a moment to focus as there are people running by you in every direction, screaming in panic, and you see a very small window, and you let go of your arrow, and it flies straight through and impales this thing right through what you assume is its face, and it drops to the floor, oozing out very awful looking blood that's all over the floor. It's awful, but it's not moving anymore. So you wiped out a sturge in one shot.
first kill.
All right.
So, next up, because I assume you're not doing anything else.
That's it.
All right, Thundercat, what are you doing?
Oh.
That's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage.
It is.
So there's just a giant, scary troll crawling out.
There is a giant, scary troll that is now standing at its full height of 9 feet, menacingly. in front
Where
of
are
someone.
we? Like, where am I?
So at this point, you're probably in one of the corners, sitting at one of the tables. You do have 30 feet of movement. That would be enough to get you into melee combat with one of the sturges, but probably not with the troll. Just from your location.
I think I want to use my 30 feet of movement to go upstairs.
Okay. So at this point, you could probably make it all the way up the stairs and to, let's say, here,
Yeah.
overlooking the well. You definitely have a clear view of the troll and one of the bugs.
All right. Just draw a little. Oh, shit. I'm a fool.
I know. It's just that I don't have a combat map, unfortunately, because it just doesn't come with one for this, for whatever reason.
This is pretty. Kenny.
What?
jeez.
You have an avatar, drag your person.
Nope.
What is going
Just-
on?
there's just a little cat face there now.
Take your person.
There you go. Why would you do that?
You ruined it.
I
did
didn't.
ruin
I
it, but
couldn't.
I don't
I
care.
couldn't. I couldn't see wherever that was.
In the corner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's where I put my
I
turn
just
order.
put them down there so that we have them for rolling, because
Right.
if I delete the token, the turn order goes away. So
Now that I've moved to a cowardly and safe distance, I'm gonna try throwing a firebolt at the scary giant troll thing.
Okay, go ahead and roll for an attack. Let's see here. Does a 12 hit? So, You try and fire, and luckily you don't hit anybody else, but the shot goes right between where it was and where it now is, as it kind of
Oh,
is
good.
swaying back and forth and looking somewhat delirious.
Gotta lead the shots. Did the fire just go down the well?
Is this
Basically, yeah. Unfortunately, I guess either the panic has gotten to you, or you're just not as good of a shot as you thought you were.
Oh, I didn't think I was a great shot. I'm playing.
Why do you think I went upstairs? Like,
So you still have your
Step
bonus
one,
action, but you,
Gain distance.
That's-
Step 2.
yeah, I know. You still have your bonus action if there's anything else you can do, which I don't believe there is,
I'm
unless you want to try something.
gonna use my bonus action to wince.
Okay. So next up, the other bug. Let's see here. Colonel RPG, you have just moved into the fray, and it sees that one of the creatures is now attached to, so it is going to go ahead and attempt to get at you.
Oh no.
Does I assume a 10 misses.
A 10 does miss. I have 14 armor class.
Alright, so you see this thing coming, and you manage to bat it out of the way with, I assume you have a weapon drawn?
what the?
I do. I have
Or
my
are you
spear.
just- Okay. So you do manage to hold it off with essentially the shaft of the spear. You're basically just holding it there in front of you as it tries to constantly sting you.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Does this troll have 3 butt cheeks?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, damn it, you guys.
Yep.
This is. I'm setting the scene. We're good.
No, but the bugs.
Oh, no.
I hate the bugs.
This-
Alright, Andrew, you're up.
Okay. For context, I am at the bar, like at the bar stool.
Okay, so you're fairly close to this thing.
I am fairly close to this thing. Where's the barkeep?
The barkeep has basically jumped over the bar and has drawn a greatsword.
Okay, so Duran
And
has
is-
gone into the fight.
Yep. And there is
Okay.
a dragonborn that you can very clearly see in front of you, blocking the barkeep and the troll, who is now
Okay.
who has something attached.
Some
to
modesty, at least. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
it was always supposed to be that.
Oh, you people are ruining this perfectly good map.
It can be
I'm-
deleted. Don't
we're
worry.
improving it.
I
Trying
can
to figure out.
erase all the terribleness.
It's matching the scene. Also, there's no people. It's just me.
Okay, that explains it.
So, what do you wish to do, Andrew?
It's a very good question. What do I wish to do? I guess I am going to. I don't actually know. I guess okay. I guess I will jump in and help my friend attack.
Okay. What are you
So-
attack? What exactly are you doing here?
I'm gonna try taking one of the bugs.
Okay. So you run over to the remaining bug that's still floating around.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack.
What do I roll? Just my weapon?
Yes.
Okay. Normal roll?
Yep. Okay. So, this thing is surprisingly quick, despite it being obviously bloated with blood. And it manages to swing out of the way as you essentially get knocked around by the crowd around you, which doesn't really help
Hmm.
either.
Gotcha.
So, that is your action. You still have your bonus action, and you have probably a good 20 feet of movement.
In that case, I'm going to. I guess since it's still a mess, I'm gonna also climb up or go upstairs.
Okay, so using your remaining 20 feet of movement, you'd probably be able to reach it to about halfway up the stairs. So about here.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, I'll go halfway upstairs.
Okay. In that case, the other Sturge who is still attached to Marty. Marty,
Yes.
unfortunately, you immediately suffer 5
Ouch.
points of damage as you can feel the blood being drained from you. And it sticks.
You've got
and
a
it's
deadly case of blood on the outside.
That's a lot of damage.
And that is its turn.
That is legitimately a ton of damage for
Yeah,
level
it is
1
quite
combat.
a bit. These things are nasty if you don't take care of them.
Yep.
Well, it would help if people got out of the way.
You know, it would. Unfortunately, people aren't exactly very cooperative when there's a giant troll in the middle of their tavern.
Is
It's
this
a-
a tavern
it's
for
a- it's a-
adventurers?
It's a crowded tavern.
Not necessarily, it's a
Fire
tavern.
code
Just
D&D.
because you're in here doesn't mean other adventurers are.
It's too many people, only one exit. Somebody yelled fire in the theater.
That's good old medieval times.
So, the barkeep, wielding the massive-ass greatsword, jumps over the bar and runs towards the troll, completely ignoring the bugs, and begins swinging. And he is going to, let's see here, let me just double check the troll if I can find the thing here. He is going to attempt to take a swing at it using one of his attacks. His first attack swings wide, unfortunately. This troll is slow, but it is definitely very durable. Manages to deflect the blow. Next one. That is a hit. And the troll takes lots of rolling behind the scenes. Okay.
None of this we can tell.
Yeah, I know. I always lose sight of these things when I'm trying to do things, as I'm watching you guys be idiots on the the tavern screen.
What is number 11 doing on the tavern screen right now? What is that face?
You know, I don't know. All right.
Wait,
So
where's
that is
11?
his second
Up
attack.
right.
is-
The very top.
Okay.
What is
also
that?
a miss, and his first attack is a hit.
He seems to be a thrall. At the moment.
Oh.
I think he's just not. I think he might just be drunk.
It could be,
yeah.
too.
Oh yeah, this is a tavern.
Yeah,
He
I think
did
he's
look
just
There's kids
drunk.
in it. Wait, those kids are halflings.
Halflings. They're always halflings.
Additional-
There's no kids in D&D. I mean, there's a straight up like Redead strangling somebody on the left, so there's a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
There's just a
Technically,
lot
this
going on.
bar
in
is
this
already
game.
under attack on like 3 different fronts, and no
Oh
one
yeah, a
seems
lot
to
of
mind
people
it.
were already
All
threatened
right.
before the troll got here, going by this picture.
Ooh, we got an ogre. Troll. Sorry.
Yes. So the troll's turn now comes around, as you can see the barkeep viciously swinging at this guy, managing to land 2 successful hits, dealing some decent damage as far as you can tell to this troll, who is definitely very woozy and clearly bleeding from multiple different. So at this point, the troll, first things first, some of its wounds seem to slowly close, as it then proceeds to immediately go for the closest creature, who is currently Durnan, or the barkeep rather. Some of you know him, some of you don't. And he is going to take 2 bite and 2 claw. Excuse me, 1 bite and 2 claw. Which, the first one is a hit, as you see the troll lunge for the man who is standing in front of him and sink its fangs into his shoulder with a scream of pain, taking 7 points. And as he is currently being held in this creature's jaws, there are 2 swings, both of which hit, dealing quite a significant amount of damage.
It's Baldur's Gate 3 right there. 78. Wait, he has a pet mind flayer.
That guy does look like That guy looks like it seems to be a mind flayer that's like hugging a pet brain pet.
Yeah, those
which
guys.
is the
mine-
visual.
I think it's brain devourers or something. The little ones. I think that there's one of
Okay.
those in the original.
So the barkeep's in the troll's jaws. Is that what you said?
The troll managed to get a pretty nice and sizable chunk out of this guy's shoulder, as well as he was definitely slashed across the bits that are exposed on his body that you can tell. So one across the arm and one across the lower torso. Next up, we come around to Marty. Now at this point, most of the patrons who are surrounding the troll are cleared out. The area is a lot more clear, and it should be easier for you guys to move around.
Excellent.
So Marty,
Um,
what do you wish to do? You still have a thing stuck to you. that's
Yeah,
currently
does the
stuck.
grapple from the bug actually prevent movement?
No.
Awesome.
No, this is
Uh,
one of its special abilities. It's not a true grapple in this sense. It's basically just attached to you.
Okay.
It will not hinder your movement.
Gross.
Well, I still don't
Run it.
want this bug attached to me, so with
All
my
Run into a wall.
yeah, with my axe in hand, I try to just kind of hack and slough it off with a regular one-handed attack.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will say in this instance,
I don't like it.
go ahead and roll with advantage, because this thing is kind of stuck to you, and it's not really moving. So, go ahead and make an attack with advantage.
It's kind of an opposite grapple.
Your primary task is not to hit yourself with an axe. Which, hope you don't roll a 1.
Yeah, otherwise, yeah.
Marty kills himself in the first episode.
Oh! Dude! What is with these
Whoa.
natural 20s? Stop it!
What?
Okay.
What's happening? Can I
Beginner's
have
luck.
some?
I think
So-
it's dead.
Yes.
So, one moment there is a thing attached to you. The next moment, all you see is the head stuck in you, and the rest of its body on the ground, leaking blood all over your armor.
Oh man, I just
And
got
you
this
are-
bleed.
Very clearly, at this point, you can easily pull out the head and drop it to the floor.
Oh.
I'm gonna
So
look
that
at the
is
knight.
another one taken out with a fucking natural
It
20.
stings as you pull it out.
You're currently tapped. Like you have a tap sticking out of your body that spews your sap out.
Free
I love
dragon
the
blood.
occasional splurt.
Anyone? Anyone?
I love the idea that you're like trying to gently kill it, like take this thing off of you with an axe, and you basically just did the thing of like you gently tap it and the floor explodes because it's just such a more powerful hit than you expected it to be. Like,
And also,
you're
I'm
just like,
going to go
"Ding."
ahead and real quick fix that auto... Oh, right, you actually
I
had to
turned
hit
it back up.
Fine. Yep, alright, perfect. So, that is your action. You still have your bonus action and your movement.
Before you move, I'm gonna turn to you and I'm gonna say, "You're all right, mate."
Yeah. No, I turned my attention back to the troll. I'm not moving anywhere.
Okay. So, let's see here. Speaking of Chrono RPG,
Mm-hmm.
you're up.
Bet it in. So I'm gonna look around for other bugs. Do I need to do an action for that, or is that a passive?
You can clearly see one of the bugs still floating around. It's still
Is it very-
alive.
Is it very far away?
Not really.
Okay, so I'm gonna draw my bow.
It's within movement.
I'm gonna draw my bow and I'm gonna try and shoot it down from the
Alright.
sky. Can
Go
I
ahead and make
tell
an
if I'm good? Sorry. Can I tell if I'm gonna hit anybody if I miss?
Doesn't look like it, though. It's anybody's guess.
Okay, yeah. So
It is. There are still people in here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so do I roll with advantage because of being out of view or something like that?
Unless you specifically hid, no,
Mhm. Okay, gotcha.
and that requires an action. So yeah, no.
So I'm gonna roll.
So you're gonna roll a normal attack. Okay. So you manage to deal 5 points of damage to this guy as you.
As I
manage to
hit.
pierce
Mm-hmm.
with your spear. As there is now a slow fountain of blood just pouring out from the side of it. You guys really need to stop poking and prodding at things that have blood in them. It's just gonna get it all over the place.
That's why I do it with a
I mean-
bow.
we don't own this tavern. We don't have to clean it up.
Oh, I'm sorry, you shot it with your bow. Point is, there's now an arrow sticking out at the side of it. I
Mhm.
thought you used your spear. Right. Anyway.
Yes. Yeah. My movement is I am gonna try to circle around away from the line of sight of the ogre, and that's my turn.
It's a troll. And all right.
Troll, sorry.
You can probably break line of sight with it,
Mhm.
though you aren't hidden from it.
I'm not. That's an action. Yeah. So.
All right, next up, Batbeard.
Okay, feeling pretty proficient with my last shot. I'm going to.
I would say so.
I'm going to turn my attention to the ogre. Oh, what? Troll, and shoot at it.
All right, go ahead and roll for an attack. As I find the troll real quick here. Okay, let's see. Does that 15 hit as I try to pull up the sheet? Where did the sheet disappear to? So, a 15 does hit. So you do manage to pierce through the rather tough hide of the troll. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Not my best shot. It'll do.
So in this instance, you do get sneak attack because there is an ally within 5 feet. So you deal 6 points of damage to it.
The scary thing about all these attack values is that most of us could just one-shot ourselves with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a little worrying. I just watch as you both roll a natural 1, and I have you roll another 20. You roll another natural 1, and then you shoot your friend. Kill him. Immediately. Just death. Alright, so 6 points of damage to the troll. Alright. Anything else you're doing on your turn here? You still have your bonus action, your movement.
If I have a drink in my hand, I'm just gonna take a swig.
Easy enough. You take a swig of the ale that's sitting down. Now slightly stale. You've been here for a while, mulling things over. Next up, Thundercat.
Alright, well, last time didn't go so hot.
Nope.
So I'm gonna take my bonus action to rub my hands together and, like, really put a lot of oomph into this next one. And
Alright.
risk a little Tides of Chaos to attack with advantage.
Ooh, okay. Alright, so you are already pulling out your wild magic. Oh man,
Yeah.
how this goes.
It's an ogre. Or
And
a
I
troll.
rolled really well.
Tides of Chaos. So you gain advantage. And you deal 21 points of damage. Alright, go ahead and roll for damage.
Is there a way to do that in the interface?
Yes. So you
I
click
can't seem
on
to figure out.
the text Firebolt underneath your rolls.
Oh, I click on... Oh, neat.
So you deal 9 points of fire damage.
You rolled a 9.
Hey, that's almost maximum damage.
As the bugs on the troll at this point have detached and started flying back down the well. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot to mention that. So 9 points of damage to the troll. As this thing yowls in a language that I don't think anybody understands.
I'm just using the old adage of kill it with
I
fire.
have Undercommon, and that's the only thing that might.
Then yeah, no, I don't believe anybody understands it.
Mhm.
Alright. Anything else you're doing on your turn here? Before I decide to roll your fate.
Oh, no, that doesn't happen yet. That's, I've used... So, Tides of Chaos, I get to do one action with a... And then if I cast any level 1 spell, then you can then use that to have me rolled Wild Magic, in which case I get Tides of Chaos back. But until that happens, I just can't use Tides of Chaos again. That was my one.
Ah, right.
Because yeah, Firebolt is a cantrip.
Make him roll it all the time.
It's a baby spell for babies.
I forgot, yeah. I forgot. Okay, there we go. Alright. So, that is your turn here. So the remaining Sturge that is still around is going to go ahead and float towards the one who shot it and attempt to stick to him. If I can pull the Sturge back up.
So he's flying towards Peridin.
No, he's flying towards you.
Well,
You were the
yes.
last one to hit it.
Yep, that's me, Peridin. Peridin.
Oh, Paradin, yes. Right. I assume a 12 does not hit.
A 12 does not hit. I have a 14.
So you are continuing to hold this thing off, this time with your bow,
Mhm.
as it tries to, once again, poke at you with
Mhm.
its very, very long and ominous looking proboscis.
I've
Andrew.
never heard the word proboscis more than one day before.
And you never will again, I'm sure. Andrew,
Yes.
what do you wish to do?
Good question. What do?
Oh, you guys are just ridiculous.
How many bugs are left?
So there's only one bug left at this
Yeah.
point.
The one
And
on
where
me.
is it?
It's currently hovering right in front of
A
right in
dwarf.
front of Colonel
bald
RPG.
dwarf.
Okay.
The dwarf that is currently standing there that you don't recognize.
What is Durin's life looking like?
He looks like he's gotten a couple of scrapes, but he looks fine otherwise.
Okay. I'm going to. Can I perform a cantrip?
You are certainly able to as an action, yes,
Okay.
or as a bonus
Right.
action, depending on what it is.
It's one action. Can't be
Yep.
used as a bonus. I'm going to use Vicious Mockery.
Okay, I believe that is a Wisdom saving throw, if I'm not mistaken. And
Yes.
what are you casting it on?
The orc. Or ogre.
So the
We're just going all over. It's a troll.
Whatever.
I'm attacking that first. That guy that punched the human in the first scene. I'm attacking him with a shocker. Weird
Whatever
delayed
is
reaction.
currently an issue here.
oh, jeez.
There's a lot of green races in this game. Okay, I can't keep track of them all.
All right. So the troll will have to make a Wisdom saving throw, which is at a -1. What is your save DC?
What was that?
What is your save DC?
Where is my?
Should be on your spell sheet
On your spell sheet, yeah.
at the top.
14.
Okay, so it does make the save, so it takes no damage whatsoever from that. It's not even paying attention to you as you try to mock it.
Wow.
What
that's
did you
impressive.
say to try and mock this thing, out of curiosity?
Does it really matter? It can't understand me.
You don't know that.
But we can.
Oh.
That's true.
What did I say?
That is a question.
Huh.
Probably called him an orc.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. I just probably missed. Said his race wrong.
Out of the corner of the room, you can hear someone from behind a table just yell, "Hey!" As you see a somewhat greenish head poke out from behind the table. Next up, Barkeep. Oh boy, Barkeep. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Oh no! Okay, let's see. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
How many dice is he rolling?
Okay, so as you guys are fighting, you can see Durnan basically push past the Dragonborn and just take a wild swing, followed by another wild swing, and another, and manages to lop an arm and a leg off, and then finishing off with lopping off the head of this troll as it collapses to the ground.
Why are
You
we
rolled
here?
exceptionally well. Holy crap.
Good God, this guy just like.
I rolled a natural 20.
How often does he
For
get
him.
invaded by ogres? Trolls?
So he
Came
did
from a weird hole in his tavern.
Yeah.
That is an odd choice.
in one attack he just did a whopping 35 points of damage.
Holy crap!
Oh,
I don't know
Can
if
he be on
party
our
has that
party?
many hit points.
Maybe.
This troll was not looking very good. He had 35 hit points left, and I didn't even get to half of the stuff that was supposed to happen in this fight.
wow.
Because he just rolled. Okay, all right. So at this point, Durnan just is standing over this creature with his sword stuck in the back, and out from behind you guys, someone has pushed up and is currently staying clear of the monster. Clearly, but he's calling over to the 4 of you, or 5 of you. I'm sorry.
And where is he located?
He's currently standing basically at the bar, kind of keeping his distance from the monster.
I
He's
still
kind of
have a
waving you guys
bug on
over.
me, though.
And whilst you are, I assume you guys are heading over to him. Or
I
what are
can't
you guys
because I have a
doing
bug
here?
on me.
Oh, right. I forgot. You still have a bug on you, don't you?
Yeah, fight is not done. And my character's
That's
about to
my
make a
bad.
choice based on that.
Right. That's my bad. All right. Troll's dead. Marty, what are you doing? Sorry.
Is it
Okay,
actually
okay.
already
I'm jumping ahead of
back
myself
around to
because
me?
I thought you guys already killed everything. Yes, it is back around to you. So there is one Sturge currently being held at bay by the dwarf with a longbow.
Stand still, dwarf. I'm gonna take care of it. And swing my axe.
All right, go ahead and make an attack. I'm getting ahead of myself. I really should be more careful about things on the... Herpadur, good job, me.
No.
No.
Oh.
Luckily,
Well, I
you
guess we're
managed to
even.
not hit the dwarf or his equipment, but you hesitate for a moment as a result of that, because this thing is squirming around, and you're not entirely sure if you're going to hit the dwarf or you're going to hit the actual bug itself. And as a result, you end up missing.
All right.
Not by much, but you do miss. Paradin, this thing is currently pushing up against you, trying to get at you.
I'm just gonna grunt, first off.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna take my spear out.
Okay.
And I'm gonna raise it above my hand with both hands and stab the
So
monster.
to do that, you would have had to drop your bow. Because
Okay.
it does require both of your hands.
Okay.
You're going to use your spear two-handed. But go ahead and make an attack. Man, this thing is just causing you so much trouble.
Yeah, I'm not good with bugs today.
No, apparently not. You can go ahead and skip ahead to Batbeard at this point in time, because I believe that's all you can do.
I
going
couldn't.
to,
otherwise I trigger an attack of opportunity. I'm gonna stay.
I'm going to take another well-aimed shot at the creature.
Okay. Go ahead and make your shot. There is an ally within 5 feet, so you do get sneak attack. And I believe that is a hit. That is indeed a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Oh, so you fire, and you hit a critical point in the back of its body, and there is another large spurt of blood. And this thing looks like it is ready to fall over. It is. It's having trouble staying in place.
Flying in 3
And
cylinders,
clearly-
you might say.
Yeah, you can clearly see that this thing is pretty much ready to die.
There's sputtering in its wing.
Keith, you're up. What do you wish to do? Oh,
I don't think I want to throw a fireball at the dwarf. I don't
Probably
think
not
that's
ideal.
a great idea.
No.
well, you wouldn't be throwing it at the dwarf because it's not grappling the dwarf.
Oh, it's not on him right now?
No,
No.
it's just around me.
But you could
It is
hit
just
him.
floating nearby.
Alright. Let's get more target practice in then.
Okay, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Hope nothing explodes. Except the bug.
So, let me ask you this. Since this is the last enemy in the fight, how do you want to do this?
How do I want to do this?
How do you want to kill it?
With
What
fire?
do you wish for your character to do here? Give me some sort of flourish that you want to be doing here. Give me an idea to run off of here.
Yeet!
So
Wow.
you're just yeeting a firebolt at it. Is that, or are you jumping down and yeeting it with?
Why would I jump
Jumping down where? What, into the hole?
I'm asking you here. All I'm hearing is you're gonna yeet. Are you yeeting the firebolt, or are you yeeting the creature?
I think the flourish is not killing the dwarf with the fireball.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So,
It's a pretty good flourish.
It's pretty good.
so all of you can see the Catman standing on the second floor balcony, wind up in this most ridiculous stance that I think anybody's ever seen, and just there's a small mote of fire in his hand that he yeets at this bug that's floating around as it just burns to ashes at the dwarf's feet. And now combat's over, and now I can get to the next part. Ahead of myself. So now at this point, another man pushes past some of the patrons who are still standing around and heads over to the bar area, keeping a decent distance between him and the monsters. and attempts to call everybody over. And it's very clear he's very impressed as he's singing your praises and giving compliments to you as you all approach, I assume.
To who?
The 5 of you and the barkeep.
It's all that's left. It's everybody else has left the tavern at this point.
A lot of people have left the tavern. Some have stood around, watched. Some have cowered behind tables that are flipped over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, do you wish to approach, or...
I'm not gonna approach. I'm gonna go to the flying bug that I shot, and I'm gonna retrieve my arrow, and I'm gonna just stand afar and get ready to leave.
All right,
not
easy
like
enough.
I'm not gonna leave right now.
Okay.
Mhm.
At this point, the barkeep looks over to you, seeing what you're doing. It might be best for you to go say hello. He's a bit of a famous face around here. If he's saying good things about you, might be worth a shot.
I've never.
Also, I'm bleeding.
Also, you're bleeding.
Mhm. I'm not gonna go. I'm
The
just gonna
barkeep
stay.
that has like a chunk out of his shoulder, right?
Is the barkeep actually looking at me, or is it just?
Yeah, he's
like-
looking at you in particular because you clearly at least are the only one.
Oh, I
who's
see what.
actively not going over.
I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm gonna approach then, and not say anything. I'm just gonna approach.
Is everybody else going in as well to approach
Uh,
the man who just called you guys over?
I'm not approaching the guy. I'm approaching the barkeep.
Okay.
I want to make sure the barkeep is okay because
Yeah.
that bite looked pretty nasty.
I'm fine. This is not the first time something like this has crawled out. Trust me.
Yeah.
Me and my friend here, as he holds up the greatsword, I've seen more than our fair share.
We can
I'll be
tell
fine.
you have plenty of experience.
You get around, especially in my line of work. Whether it be ruffians or monsters.
You did a number on that troll, ogre.
I was a bit surprised.
Can
This
I
thing went
heal
down a lot
him?
easier than most of them do.
Most of them.
Most of them.
What's with a hole anyway?
What's with the what? Sorry.
So the portal, the hole in the floor.
It leads down to the Undermountain. Things occasionally crawl up from here. Makes for good entertainment.
And you decided to build a tavern on top of a portal to the Undermountain? You're wilder than I am.
I mean, hey, why do you think I called it Yawning Portal?
I guess. So what you want?
Wait, it's an inn?
That's
People
not me,
sleep
it's
here?
him. Yeah, it's an inn and tavern.
Who the hell sleeps with a portal down? What? Okay. This is.
What,
Yeah,
you think
talk
only
about
things come
nightmares.
out? People go down there, you know.
Well, that's not the problem. The problem is when you're sleeping, you don't want a 9-foot troll popping up and attacking.
I can vouch for
I can
that.
handle most things that come up. It's fine.
Durin, buddy.
You two know each other?
I do know Durin.
What have I walked into? Who are you guys anyway? Why'd you call us over?
Well, don't look at me. He called you over. And he points to the guy who's currently sitting there, tapping his hand on the side of the bar, kind of waiting for you guys to come on over.
Okay, I approach the figure. What does he look like?
So, this is the guy you see in front of you, who is currently calling you over here. As I find the handout for him, clear handouts, you see this man before you, who introduces himself to anybody who's around as Volo Thamp Volo Getarm. As I show this to everybody here.
There it is. Fancy pants. I don't say this out loud though.
I
At
hear
this
he has
point-
a really nice guide to monsters.
So you know my work, do you? It's good to hear. At this point,
It's
you'll be
the man
adventurers,
who
am I right?
Invented Tabaxi.
Am I correct in that? Assuming that you guys are somewhat familiar with this sort of work? Wandering around, killing things, doing various different jobs for people.
You could say that.
Is everybody has everybody approached at this point?
I'm still gathering some arrows from the battlefield.
Okay. You do manage to
I-
recover your arrows. It's easy enough.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily approaching him. I'm just sitting at the bar talking to Durin. I'm kind of just ignoring this guy because I took no part in this battle. Really,
I've instead come to the bar to barter my services, my combat behaviors, to be like, if I ran an establishment like this, I would pass out free drinks after a fight like that.
Do you say that out loud out of
Persuasion?
curiosity?
Yes. Tabaxi want drinks.
The barkeep just kind of squints at you and just kind of looks at the barmaid who's currently hiding behind the bar and just kind of shrugs and just motions to her. She begins pouring you a drink. At this point, Volo addresses all of you, including those of you who are sitting around, pointedly, very clearly, addressing you by calling out to your appearance as he doesn't necessarily know your name. I have a job for you if you guys are interested. Although I'd prefer to discuss it a little bit more privately.
A job requires pay.
Oh,
Well, if you'd at least listen to my request, I'm sure you'd find your reward most agreeable. Possibly.
I'll hear you out.
Well, there's one at least. What about the rest of you?
It depends. What kind of job is this? I'm not signing up for anything I'm not familiar with.
Well, like I said, I will tell you the details, but I'd prefer to do it a little bit more privately as he points to the table in the corner. That's now currently empty.
I'm willing to listen.
You'll have until I finish my drink.
You have until I finish mine.
Alright, at this point, he is going to go ahead and head over and sit down at the empty table. Do you guys follow?
I follow.
I follow.
Sure.
1, 2, 3. I assume everybody does?
Yeah.
In this
I think
sense?
so, yeah.
Alright, finally. Okay. You guys are stubborn.
We have a quorum.
I got a drink.
You're not persuasive enough.
I was persuasive enough.
No,
I
no,
got
I'm
a drink.
No, I was talking to Effie, as in you guys are stubborn, and I'm like, persuade us better.
Also, make sure you turn off auto roll with advantage there, Keith, if you can. It's in the
Yeah.
iconic settings. Regardless,
Oh, right.
now that everybody is here, let me try this introduction again. I am Volothem Gedarn, chronicler, wizard, and celebrity at your service. I trust you've noticed the violence in our fair city these past 10 days. Or maybe not if you're newer to the city. However, I haven't seen so much blood since my last visit to Baldur's Gate. But now I fear I have misplaced a friend amidst this odious violence.
Misplaced a friend? What kind of
Yes,
friend is this that
unfortunately.
you place?
He's a decent friend of mine. It goes by the name Floon Blagmar. He's got more beauty than brains, unfortunately, and I worry he took a bad way home a couple nights ago and was kidnapped, or possibly worse. If you do agree to track him down at the very least, I can offer you 10 dragons, which, by the way, dragons are gold pieces, now, and can give you each 10 times that when you find Floon. Might I rely on you in my hour of need?
I'm not after gold in here, but if you guys need a tracker, I'm good for it.
Protecting the less fortunate seems like honest work.
Less fortunate? Nobody said anything about that. What kind of friend is this that he's less fortunate? What is he up to?
He just kind of looks at you.
I can tell you're not wanting to talk. I mean, I don't need you to talk. You want a party? You want a ranger in your party? I'm your ranger.
Well, it's a bit embarrassing to admit this, but I may be partially responsible for getting him into trouble. Though, I'd rather not go into any more details until you accept the job here. It is rather embarrassing, getting a friend possibly kidnapped.
I'm just gonna grunt and wait for the others.
I will nod in agreement.
Okay, there's 3. What about the other two?
What the hell? I'll go along with this.
That's 4, or 3 rather. 4? 4.
4.
Ah, my head is just all over the place right now. I'm trying to keep track of everything.